Happy Saturday. Today is Saturday, April 24th, week 16 of 2021. We've had a great week. I hope you have too. These Saturday videos are my family's diary, but I have other projects I want to do too, so I'm going to start making these as quick as possible. Sunday we did almost nothing. Nice and relaxing. Monday I had a great conversation with Zach. He was telling me some about his schoolwork. He's in the diesel tech program at school, working toward his degree for diesel mechanics. So he's working on the big rigs. He was telling me this week about disc brakes versus drum brakes. I guess a drum brake has these things that go kind of like this inside of a big drum. When they fail, they open up completely and then they have no braking power at all. As opposed to disc brakes, pinching on a disc, when they wear out, they cause damage to the components, but they still will break. I learned something new. Zach was really excited to teach it to me. Monday evening, Brian had some friends over and they were playing outside in the yard, playing spike ball. We weren't believing that the forecast said the next day we were going to have snow. On Tuesday morning, it did start to snow, and it snowed a lot. On Wednesday, I was thinking about the psychological concept of the inner child. I think that concept has really impacted me a lot over the years, even though I didn't know it specifically. You can have a whole lot more compassion for people, especially people you don't see eye to eye with, or people that seem like bad guys, so to speak. If you have some sort of insight into their childhood and upbringing, it's a little bit easier to have compassion for them. I think about that in the TV show Lost. They blurred the lines a lot in that show between the good guys and the bad guys. And one of the techniques they used to blur those lines is that the people who you thought of as bad guys, they gave you as the audience a backstory on what was happening in their childhood. So a lot of the bad guys, you felt sorry for them. You kind of could see why they were doing what they were doing, even though you wouldn't agree with it. On Wednesday evening, Ben was also working on some arts and crafts type stuff. He's having a lot of fun with that, trying out some new and interesting things. Friday on my lunch break, I watched video from David Hoffman titled How I Dealt with My House Fire May Help You. The concept that he was talking about in there is no matter how bad something is, you can always make something good out of something bad. He went through just how bad this house fire was because he had archives and archives of film and pictures. So much of it was just destroyed. Devastating as that was to him, he hung on to the fact that with everything, you can find something good in something bad. So thinking about that on Friday with all the pictures and things that he lost, it made me realize that as I've been doing some of the genealogy type stuff lately, it comes to life a lot more for me if there's a photo of the person or a written story, something to give us a glimpse into their lives. It's one of the things that fuels me to do what I do. And that brings us up to today, Saturday. Jill and I did sit and read this morning a book that I just got that was recommended by Andrew Warner. Wonderful YouTuber. I'll put a link to his channel here. He's got some really neat stuff. Recently had a video recommending some books, and one of the books that really caught my interest was a book called Steal Like an Artist. I think that's what it is. Yeah, Steal Like an Artist. Advice in there for how nothing is original. One of the quotes I really loved in there was, if you steal from one artist, it's plagiarism. If you steal from lots of artists, it's research. There's a thing that you start to feel like, oh, well, I want to be original. Well, being original is something that doesn't exist. We're all derivative. We all have our favorite artists, and we are going to be impacted by them, and that's a good thing. Well, that wraps up week 16 of 2021. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.